Good morning, Mark, Hot Spring Spas. We are going to change out a circulation pump. It's going to be this small pump. It can be in a number of spots depending on what tub you have, whether it's right out front or behind some stuff. It circulates the water 24/7. It's always running. Basically just replace it, and that's what we're going to do, is kind of show how to do that. So it's always best to drain it. You can do it, with the tub full of water, but you are going to spray water. So I'd say if you haven't done one before, probably be better to drain it. Because if you do get water in the wrong spots, you can short out the board or short out some of the electrical system. Well, the circ pump is going to have your power going to it, and then 2 water lines, you're in, you're out, and then a ground wire also. It is a wear item, so over time it will eventually just kind of quit working. For the most part, they're pretty bulletproof, but it's like everything else. It is a wear item, so inevitably it will go bad. So for the circ pump, you can basically do it with just, kind of normal hand tools, pliers, Phillips, and a flathead screwdriver. Should be all we need to do basically what we're going to do today. So we'll start with the electrical, which you just follow the wire from the circulation pump. It's going to kind of, on this one, it'll be tied in here so we can get rid of this zip tie. Follow this wire up so we know it's right here, and it also says on the board circulation pump, and it's going to have a line drawn to where the wires need to go. So we've made sure the power is shut off, and then we can start removing those wires, which would be the white, black, and ground. Now they're removed from the board. Well, this is a strain relief that the wire goes through. You just kind of pinch it with the pliers and pull down, and that'll release the wire. We'll come to the back side and we'll take the equipment ground off. Just set that off to the side. The circ pump's held down with 2 screws, 1 on each side. And then 2 spring clamps. We'll just kind of slide those down the hose and get them out of the way. And then slide this one up. And then just kind of hold and twist a little bit, and that'll break that one loose. And you're going to get some water that comes out. And then same with this one, just twist a little bit and pull it out. And that will basically take that one out, and we'll grab another one and just kind of reverse those steps. So kind of back in place, and we can get the hoses back onto it. So we'll get those back on, seated on, so you're above the little kind of hump that's on the circ pump. Route your wiring where it needs to go. Get your equipment ground back in. We can kind of come through. Clip that into place. And then we'll just kind of go back in place. Like I said, if you follow, it'll say circulation pump black if we follow it up. We know the black has to go there. And then circulation pump, we follow it over to the white. And then the green stud for ground. Go back on there. And that is pretty much it. And if you want, you can take, and zip tie kind of all these wires back up. Yeah, I mean, you really can't, obviously your hoses, you have your inlet and your outlet, it'd be kind of hard to mess that up. This one's coming up, that one's going that way. Just kind of keep an eye, take pictures, if anything. Just, take a picture of that with all your, your ground, your inlet, your outlet, just so you can kind of look back at it. Same with even on the board too, because it can be a little deceiving. There's, even on the line, there's a couple other little jogs off of there. Take pictures so you can look back at that, exactly where it goes. If you were to get, this off in the wrong spot, it's not going to work. You'll either, sending, probably hooked up to the wrong spot, so you're not going to be getting power to the circ pump. It won't work if you have the ground in the wrong spot. It can trip the tub, so the breaker's going to trip right away. So pictures are the best thing you can do. So then once it's all hooked back up and filled back up, we can turn the breakers back on, and you'll be able to usually see water, and bubbles going through here, and you'll see the bubbles coming up right when you first turn it on. That's just kind of getting all the air out of there. This tub has an ozonator in it, so I can tell everything's working by the bubbles coming up right now. That is a steady flow of bubbles. That means everything's flowing through like it should. There's no air bubbles or anything like that in it. If you don't have the ozonator, you'll just kind of have to look for the rippling on the water, as well as, there's nothing flashing on the screen. And once you put the front panel back on, the logo light, the blue light will be on steady. You won't have green and blue flashing. And then we just kind of want to check our work, make sure there's no leaks. So we got our hose clamps on. The hoses are seated all the way on to where they need to be. And we're good to go.